Hello, everyone. So I shared this picture on my Instagram. I'm going to try to show it where you don't see that big light. Okay. Okay. The two differences in feeding pressure down versus reaching toward the bottle. Asking if you could tell the difference between the two. And there was a lot of people, how many? 150 something that said explain more. So here I am. So let's dive into the bottle position and what I mean when I say we want baby going towards the bottle versus the bottle going towards them. In breastfeeding, no matter what position you put baby in, unless you lay them down on the floor, and even still, even if you're hanging over them, they are reaching up towards the breast. And no position do we put pressure down on them. And so in bottle feeding, we want that same interaction. We want that same setup, that same idea of the baby coming towards the bottle. Traditionally, parents put baby in a cradle position. And when you put baby in a cradle position, you then put the bottle in their mouth. Even if you wait for them to open and then you slide the bottle in, the bottle is sitting on over their mouth, right? Their head is positioned anchored around your arm. Okay? So I want you to imagine you're laying on the ground and someone has a water bottle and they're pouring it and they're just holding it there. And it's constantly coming out and you are having to drink and swallow, drink and swallow, drink and swallow, drink and swallow. You can't move your head because it's on the floor. So what sometimes babies will do is either it comes out of their mouth or they start to move away. And then that's why you get the on and off behavior. Okay. You probably hear lots of clicking because they're trying to speed up their suck, swallow, breathe coordination. Okay. Because they are trapped. The bottle is going towards them. Now, it's really simple. I always talk about side lying position, but you don't even have to be in side lying if you don't want to be. Put a pillow under your arm or lean your body against the other way and have baby feed like this. Pillow, so you're relaxed. Or slide your hand and hold their body with your hand. We're not holding here because it's the same idea of them being trapped between two things. So we're here so that they can have free movement of their head and their jaw. And now we're here. Okay. I talk about side lying, laying them out in front of you on a pillow elevated. But if that's uncomfortable for you, you can certainly do this. And now imagine baby has to, they open the bottle and they reach for the bottle. Okay. The other question was, I thought the bottle nipple had to be full to prevent air from coming in. The vents are in the nipple. Here's the vent. So it's pulling air. The liquid has to be above the hole. Okay. Because when they suck, they're sucking the liquid. If there's space above the hole, they'll pull air in. But if the hole is covered with liquid, then when they pull, they will just be sucking liquid. Okay. So as long as the liquid sits above the nipple hole, so when they suck, they're just pulling liquid, then you're good. And this is also, it's easier for you to help pace them. So when they do pause, you can drop the bottle and wait for them to be ready again. And when they start sucking, you just lift it a teeny tiny bit. If we're here, a lot of times they feel like they can't pause, or when they do, we're not paying attention to those cues and it's more awkward for us to drop. See how I drop and it's not going below the nipple hole. And so then it keeps flowing in anyway. Okay. The other thing that people might do is, well, you can move your hand down here so that you can drop, but that is a big movement, and big movements can disrupt latch, and this creates instability within the bottle. So we want to make sure that we keep the bottle stable because we want them to have control, but we want to allow that stability. So doing this, you keep your stability. You're able to drop that little bit because of the angle you're in. They have more control. Their mouth is coming towards. Okay. There's no pressure on their head. Okay. Like I said, you don't want to do this. It's because your fingertips would end up grabbing and putting more pressure. This is resting on a pillow, just to clarify that part. So it's relaxed. So if they push into your arm, they still have space, if that makes sense. And then you're pushing into a pillow versus resting on something hard. They can't push at all. Okay. So it's the difference between you're sitting with your head up against something and you're drinking. Okay. So even if you open your mouth, it goes towards you versus you sit up a little bit, you open and you reach forward. I hope that that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. If you are struggling with feeding and you can't do a one-on-one, you can't find virtually with me, you can't find support locally with your insurance, the Get Unstuck guide is where you need to start. I will link it in below in the caption. See you guys later.